Living welcomes our sponsor, Advice Interactive Group.
In times of tragedy now, like last month's bombing in Boston or Monday's tornado in Moore, Oklahoma, social media has become a big player in not only dispensing information, but also in letting family and friends know that you're okay. Okay, John, so let's talk about this, about social media. I think, I wish Susie was here because she always is like, why do I need to tweet? Why do I need to be on Facebook? But on Monday, I remember I was away from the TV when this was happening, and the first signs of the tornado I found out about via Twitter.
Yeah, and most people are getting their news via Twitter. I mean, more and more people are not logging on to CNN or FoxNews.com. They're getting it
because it's 140 characters of exactly what I need to know right now, quick, instantaneous information.
Isn't the problem, though, John, that like if we rely on Twitter to get instantaneous information, that oftentimes the information isn't exactly accurate?
Is the information oftentimes exactly accurate on CNN too?
Well,
I mean, how many you have Bush Gore, you've got a lot of different things and examples of,
which is why you need to follow people that are verified, whether it's like CNN or the New York Times or Dallas Morning News or D Magazine, whatever.
Exactly. Follow the CNNs.
Or Courtney Kerr.
Exactly. And when you want to get your relevant, actually,
when you want to get your really relevant, motivating.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So actually, you're a great person to have tweet during this type of tragedy because you've got 40,000, 50,000 followers. You're able to kind of use your fan base to get money donated to the appropriate causes. You're not there to, this is kind of the no-no. You're not there to promote yourself. You're not there to share different information. You're not there to say, hey, it's raining. Be careful.
I'm not like breaking news, go to the Courtney Kerr.
You're using social media to get people to donate money to a cause, and then on that subject, you need to shut up. And that's really how you should do it. Unless you're a CNN, unless you're a news organization, stop trying to promote all of the different things or share news because you're not a news agency. On the same line, you want to make sure that if you're a nonprofit, it's wonderful to help as a nonprofit, but if you're a nonprofit that has nothing to do with raising money for this particular cause, stay silent. Write something that says, hey, donate money to the Red Cross, and then just stay silent.
What was interesting when, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, like when you work with businesses all the time on their social media presence, do you find oftentimes that they're just completely clueless?
Totally
Don't
clueless.
know.
Yep.
Because I guess as a business, just
what
like as
to
a
say,
person,
how to say, when to say
as a business, if you're not clear on what your brand is, then you really can't be clear about how you want to portray it over social media.
And you can actually see on the screen right now an example from Gap. So during Hurricane Sandy, just to give you an idea of that big brands don't know either, all impacted by Sandy Stay Safe will be doing shopping all day. I mean, can you imagine during the tragedy? And Gap got crushed for this. And there's another image right after this where they actually, if you can pull that up, where they actually had to come out and apologize. I mean, it is incredible. If as clueless as we all are on social media, big brands and big companies are just as.
Well, and I think why this is hard is because I remember after a Boston bombing, Kim Kardashian got some flack because a lot of people have social media set up in queue to go out. I mean, I know a lot of bloggers that do this, and a lot of big brands, probably the Gap, maybe, and they set up time slots where like a tweet goes out every hour. Well, then when a big tragedy happens, they sometimes forget to turn those automatic queued tweets off, and then tweets are going out. This happened to Kim Kardashian apparently after the bombing. A tweet went out and she got a lot of backlash, and she was like, sorry, it was already set up to go out.
Right, and
I apologize.
That's crisis communication, and you don't want somebody who's tweeting with stuff that's automatically going out because social's about having a conversation, and you're not even if you're doing it every hour and it's automated, you're not relevant. 1 minute you may be not relevant versus an hour down the road. Think about how fast things are happening right now.
So we were talking about how during Monday, during the tornado in Moore, Oklahoma, people weren't just using Twitter to find out information and find out about the tornado and how big it was, but they were also using it to check in on friends and family and as kind of a means of, are you okay?
Yeah, due to the weather and due to what happened, there was a lot of different cell phone towers down. People weren't able to communicate via the cellular technology, so they were doing a lot via Twitter and via Facebook, and family and friends were communicating that way. I think that's fine. I think that using it to sell a product, just completely going out there and giving your sympathy once is great, but just keep pumping it out. It's not worth it. So, anyway.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. You guys, if you want more information about social media trends, visit adviceinteractivegroup.com/TV. You can also send your questions for John and the experts at Advice Interactive Group, and you can tweet them at Advice Group. And that hashtag is BizVisible.